Libra, changes afoot this month. There's a lot of action happening, and it's a chance for you to reinvent yourself. You're surrounded by some people, and some of them aren't on your side. Let's have a look. I'm Finn, and this is Magic 7 Tarot. I have done a Magic 7 Tarot spread for you already, and I've been sitting with it for a while. Uh, uh, there's an opportunity here for you to really become someone new or someone who you really want to become. So we'll go through the cards that I've already pulled, and then we'll do a couple of oracle cards to fine tune it. This is your new moon reading. So it's when the moon comes into Libra, which is March 14th to the 17th. It's going to hit your sun or your moon or your rising sign. And it's a chance to plant a seed, okay, and reaffirm your intentions, the things you want to achieve. So let's go through this and see if we can't decipher who are all these people around you. Okay, so in the past position, we have the Youth of Swords reversed. I use the Brotherhood of Light Tarot, and when we have a court card that's reversed, it's the opposite gender. So in this case, it would be a female. These court cards could also be parts of yourself, and I'll talk to both interpretations. But because you have a lot of court cards in this reading, I'm sort of inclined to think there's a lot of people in the situation. Let's talk about it in both respects. The key word for this card is I use. So someone in the past, this is the past position. Certainly in the past, there's been ambition, maybe a perfectionist. Now, if this is another person, it may be someone who is insisting on things their way or the highway. They may not be very diplomatic. They're kind of cold and calculated, and also deceitful. Okay, so this might be a part of yourself that has ambition, or you're perfectionist in some respects. And I'll talk a little bit more about letting go of those expectations of yourself as we move through here. But let's say it's someone else, and they've been they expect a lot of you in the past position, and they can also be misleading you. And so, have you been experiencing someone cold, calculated, deceitful person, or someone who just likes things their way? Okay, but that's moving away now, so that's in the past, but it's led to the present. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly, and then we'll talk about them as a group, as a gang, a gang of people. I hope you're not feeling ganged up on, but there might be that element to this. In the present position, we have the Queen of Cups. So because it's upright, that would be a female, or again, a part of yourself. So this is someone who's pretty intense, like they have powerful likes and dislikes. They don't dislike something, they hate it, right? They don't like something, they love it, right? So they're pretty extreme. And this person could be a part of yourself. Again, let's say the opinionated. I really do believe these are external people, but I want you to understand that these components exist within us as well. So if this is part of you, my advice, like if you find yourself right now fixated on your desires, and like there's no middle ground for you, right? Like Libra, you're a pretty mellow person. You're balanced. Now, balance is, when a scale balances, it goes to extremes till it finds its center. But Libras tend to be a fairly even keeled, gentle folks. This is not that energy. Okay, this is someone who is much more intense than that. And so if you're feeling intense, if you're setting your expectations very high for yourself, you're not being compassionate towards yourself, okay? And you feel now like you have to super succeed or else you're a failure. I want you to really mitigate those thoughts, okay, or those emotions, because what this is saying is like, if this is part of yourself, like Like, it's okay to be ambitious, right? But to expect yourself to be perfect all the time, and then if if you don't hit those marks, to treat yourself poorly, that's not a great situation. Okay. I hope that's not the case for you, but if it is, I want you to right now, let's meditate, take a few deep breaths, and we have to find the middle way here. Okay. What I see is kind of an extreme way. And so, you know, if these are external forces, you could definitely have been the victim of some deceit. Someone's misleading you, has misled you. And then, that becomes apparent to you, and you have a pretty extreme reaction to that. And I understand that. Okay. But it's not furthering where you want to be by being that extreme. It's not. And so, uh, uh, if someone if you feel like someone has been mistreating you and expecting you to be perfect when you're just a human, like we all are, then pushing back in a strong way may not be the best answer. Although that's a reactive answer. Okay, so I would ask you to try not to react to those situations, but respond to them. And one way to respond to them is to just keep your opinion to yourself. Okay, because uh, I do see some really positive activity coming here, but the situation, it makes me unhappy when I see this situation because it seems extreme and it seems out of character, which is why I keep leaning towards it being people outside of you. Someone treating you poorly, expecting a lot of you, uh, someone else maybe having let's say someone did set some pretty high standards for you, not necessarily for themselves, but set high standards for you. And then you didn't reach them. And then, they have a pretty extreme reaction towards you. Okay. All of these things are, to me, I would just recommend you be cautious in your interpersonal relationships, because there are some negative thoughts around you and they're coming from other people. If they're coming from yourself, it's a bit easier to manage that. Um, uh, this card can get very negative, very down on oneself. Okay, and so I hope that's not you. It doesn't really feel like you to me. I, you know, because these are general readings. Obviously, I'm talking about all Libras, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So to pin it down to a specific, this is what's happening. Here are your lottery numbers. That's not happening with me. Okay, I'm a person who's, I'm going to give you the emotional weather report and kind of guide you through what's the best way to react to these energies. In the past, this card is I use. So have you felt used? This card in the present is I desire. So, having felt used in the past, one might be getting in touch with your own desires, okay, what you want to have happen. And it might be very, very different than how things have been going. In fact, I do see pretty dramatic changes ahead for you here. Be compassionate towards yourself. And if you find yourself in some kind of state, that I get in states, a tarot reader, intuitive counselor, really nice guy, but I have my moments, and that's okay. The most important thing is to recognize I'm having a moment. Okay, I don't want to be destructive. I want to be constructive. And even difficult moments are opportunities to apply constructive thinking. Okay, and that's how I try to live my life. Try to live my life. Okay, and I would encourage you, stay away from the extremes. Try to find the middle way through the path. Okay. People. Now, in the immediate future, we have the Ace of Scepters, and it's reversed. Now, in the Brotherhood of Light Tarot, a reverse card does not mean negative. It just means it takes a bit longer to come to fruition, or it's a bit muted. Okay. But this is a lot of positive energy, right? These are, it's mental activity, creativity, inventiveness. Um, this is, if you notice the glyphs up here, this is Mercury. Aces are Mercury, so thoughts. And this is the Aries decadent of Aries. So a lot of creative energy. Okay, the negative uh, way to read this card, or the more difficult expression of this card, is like anger or aggressiveness. So in the same way, I want you to, mitigate your extreme feelings, or recognize extreme feelings or activity towards you in the environment coming from other people. I want you to find a creative expression for this energy. Okay, getting angry at people isn't that. Okay, you can be angry, but then find a way to channel the anger, not at the people. Although, sometimes that it's warranted. You could be angry and disappointed and can express that in a constructive manner without losing your crackers, as it were, right? um, it also represents, now this is another way of thinking about this. So if someone set pretty high expectations for you, like a perfectionist, and then you didn't reach those, or you didn't reach their standards, even if they were like excessively difficult to reach, um, you might be feeling a bit defensive about that. Okay, so what's happened in the past has happened in the past. Okay, and the more we focus on difficult things that happened in the past, the less we're focused on the constructive expression of what's happening today and where we want to go. There's a Zen saying, you want to know what's going to happen to you in the future. What are you thinking today? That's what's going to happen to you in the future. So, if you take a very extreme response to this situation, I hope that's not the case for you. And I hope someone is not coming down on you in a very aggressive way, extreme way, unfair. You may have been treated unfairly. Like if I read these cards as external people, you've been treated unfairly. I'm going to say it definitively. Someone's setting high expectations for you that you could never reach. No one could. And then when you don't reach them, they get extremely angry or upset with you. Okay, so these are ideas. This is a creativity. Libra's incredibly creative, and a balanced perspective through this is not aggression but creation. It's the same energy. I could get really angry at someone, or I could go make a painting and take out I could express that energy in that way. So I'm going to encourage you to do that, taking the initiative. If this situation with these people or with yourself has not given you the satisfaction that you want, and I'm suggesting to you it hasn't, it's not where you need to be, Libra. Okay, you need to be in a situation where your inherent positive energy is able to manifest, and these two cards do not represent it. This does represent it. Okay, if you can keep your ideals high, right? It certainly means there's lots of activity happening. It could be of a business nature, but I'm going to talk about it as creativity, or it could be a new job. It could be. I mean, if we talk about this as employment, the boss was a jerk. They really set expectations at me, and now they're taking it out on me, and I've had it. I'm going to look for some other kind of work. You certainly need to put yourself in a position where your strengths are being expressed, and and either being a perfectionist or extreme, that is not you. Okay, so if any of those resonate for you, like as things that you're expecting of yourself, I want you to start to move past that. And this is interesting because it leads into the next card, which is in the Magic 7 spread, the fourth card is the energy that you can control. And we have Arcanum 13, which is the Reaper, also known as the Death card. Now, it doesn't mean literal death. Okay, this is about transformation. Okay, but in this position, to me, it's like letting go. Okay, so letting go of other people's expectations. Okay, I'm not going to ever live up to this. No one can. This is an extremely difficult thing. The standards that person, or maybe yourself, but let's say it's that person, is setting are not attainable. okay? And their reactions are inappropriate. And if you're treating yourself poorly, that's inappropriate, okay? So change is afoot. There's going to be a transformation here. And to me, it's the opportunity to transform these negative energies into a positive expression. This card, okay? Creativity. This is Aries. This is Aries, Aries. Okay, so these are related, these cards. Okay? This sorry, you know, the thing with clairvoyance is you don't know when you're going to have like something pop into your head. So that's what happened to me just there. If I look like I'm having a stroke, it's because I'm getting some kind of messaging here. So know when to let go. This, you know, this is about timing. Okay, so it's not take this job and shove it. Okay, although you might feel that way. It's knowing when to act. Okay, both of these are all about action. And so, uh, what parts of yourself can you let go of? What part of yourself isn't serving your overall desires? What parts of your situation, it does feel like business to me or a job. It feels like practical matters. Okay, what part of your life, what part of the situation in your life right now can you let go of? And letting go of it with joy. You know, I always show people, and when this card comes up, there's a rainbow. You know, okay. Letting go is a very liberating thing to do. Okay, if something is not serving your needs, and you let go of it, wow, a bunch of new energy appears, and it's the most amazing thing. If you can't let go, then you're going to struggle with change because change is happening. Okay, so what I'm going to encourage you to do is, as much as possible, let go. Okay, and if it's out of your control, then absolutely let go. If it's something you can control, let go of the voice that's being aggressive towards yourself, if that voice exists. Okay, this is a positive card. Okay, and I want you to very much um, uh, think about it as positive and not negative. Okay, there's challenges here. Okay, but whenever there's a challenge or things aren't working, it's a really great opportunity to let go and make something new, and that's what's indicated. This is a revolution, a personal revolution. Okay, embrace it. Don't hold on to the other things, please. Okay, so what does the environment give us? Is the Two of Coins reversed. This is really the only air energy here, of course, Libra being an air sign. And this is the Aquarius decadent of Libra. So it has to do with independence, it has to do with hard work. So it's not a break, there's no vacation inherent in this card. It's a way out. It's a way out. So the environment is giving you a chance to make an escape. Okay, an elegant escape, lots of energy to do that. And there's certainly money indicated here, but it comes from hard work. It's not going to fall from the sky. There's no pennies from heaven. Okay, you're going to have to work for what you get. You'll earn it, as I always say. Hard work means you're earning it, right? It could also indicate some kind of like responsibility, right? Whenever people are mistreating you and you take charge of it, the situation, you're taking personal responsibility for what you need. And I've never seen a situation where someone taking personal responsibility to get what they need didn't work out better for them. Okay, that's always leading to a better situation. Um, it could represent like some kind of inventive ideas, like how do you express this creative energy? And so open yourself up to inspiration, because there's inspiration inherent in this card, and the environment is giving you lots of chances to solve a problem. You know, make a new business or something like that that solves a problem, or something that's, you know, pretty inventive. Libra, you're an incredibly creative person, and I'd love to see that happen for you, like that, these difficulties kind of resolve into a very positive expression. Hmm. Though this card has like a in the Brotherhood of Light tarot cards, the book Sacred Tarot by C.C. Zane. This actually has a little saying. This decadent of Libra, and I wrote it down here because I wanted to read it to you. And I think like it really summarizes this reading in a really great way. That you should deal justly, even with your enemies, even with people who are mistreating you. If you deal justly with them, because it's better to suffer the evil that the people are giving, to suffer the bad things that people are giving you, than to retaliate with vengeance. I mean, this is vengeance. And if someone's mistreating you in the past, ay, ay, ay. I mean, you could take it out on them. Excuse me. So I want you to be careful about that. Okay? Revenge is never the answer. It really isn't. Even though it seems like you're justified taking it out. Don't. It comes back to you. Okay? You definitely, this is about your own independence and uh, getting rewarded for your own ideas. Okay? And maybe in the past, if this person is being like perfectionist, they're not seeing the value of your ideas. So you're going to need to take care on what, not take care. You have the opportunity to express these ideas and make your own thing and show how great they are. This is a challenging month for you. There's no way around it. There's negativity, there's coercion, there's deceit. It's around you, and so these cards can burn through that kind of stuff. And I really want you to do that. What opposes you is the Horseman of Swords reversed. This is a pretty negative card. And I'm going to say what it represents is thoughts that are against you. And it usually has to do with the court cards that are closest to it, which is the next court card. But literally right beside is this card. So you still, even though as you brave, new trails, you still might be dealing with these thoughts if someone really doesn't want you to succeed. And that should tell you everything you need to know about that person. Okay? And the situation that they represent. If someone is calling you out for you trying to be better for yourself, you got to walk away from that. In fact, you got to run away. Burn the bridge. But don't take it out on them. That won't help. Okay? Make something beautiful for yourself that expresses you. Use this creative energy, your creativity. Use that and make something happen. Okay, and the final card is the Youth of Cups, upright. So this is a man. Again, could be a part of yourself. And the key word for this card is I believe. So it has to do with compassion, sensitivity. It's a very sensitive person. It could definitely be part of you, as always. Or it could be a new person that enters the scene, someone who believes in you. Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be great after what you've endured? I like that interpretation, honestly. It also would suggest don't worry. Okay, if you put worry in any of these places, it's just going to add a layer that you don't want. Okay, so avoid worry. Compassion, emotional, someone who feels you. I like that. Okay, I'm sorry you've had to endure this very difficult situation. What I see as a difficult situation where people have been mistreating you and expecting you to do everything, or expecting a lot of you, too much of you. And when you don't deliver, they're critical of you. You don't need that. That's not who you are, Libra. Okay? So if you have to leave a situation, it seems like employment to me, or how you make your money, maybe have business, it could be business partners. Okay. If any of that resonates with you, I'm always curious. By the way, I'm pretty new at this, not reading tarot, but this is my first month having a channel. This is the first Libra reading I will have done. I'm going to do one at the new moon and one at the full moon, personal new moon, personal full moon. If any of this resonates with you, or I'd love to hear. If it doesn't resonate with you, none of it comes true, I'd like to hear that too, because believe it or not, after all these years, I never did a general reading over the internet. So this is all new for me. Let's pull a couple of cards, okay? So this is the Wild Unknown archetype cards. And so Eternal Spirit, what archetype can we drop in for Libra here? Eternal Spirit, archetype for Libra, I desire to know the truth. These round cards are tricky to shuffle. If one pops out, I don't use that card. I just think I haven't been focusing well enough. And I know some readers will use them. I do not. I also cut the cards 3 times. We desire to know the truth. Into 3 piles. And that's my process. So, Eternal Spirit, Libra, archetype for this month ahead. Desire to know the truth. If you like what I'm doing, or it does resonate for you, if you'd like to learn more from me, please like, subscribe, comment. I will be starting private readings at the end of March, and the link is in the description if you're interested in that. Obviously, if I knew your birth chart and your personal question, I could have a lot more focus. But I hope that this helps you today. A desire to know the truth for Libra. Gives you some guidance for the month ahead. I'm doing this because of all the upheaval in the world. I felt like I have these skills, gifts, talents that I could bring forth and maybe be a voice of help for other people. So that's why I'm doing this. That's what I'm doing today. I'll be doing it for a while. The Pilgrim. Okay. So the Pilgrim is a traveler on a quest. What are you looking for? Creativity, a creative outlet. Not this stuff, not extreme critiques. Okay? So you're leaving that behind. The Pilgrim, sort of leaves their thing behind and they go on a pilgrimage. They're on their way, a journey. Let me read what it says. I love these cards. I love the creativity of the cards, the art itself. But I always find when I drop these cards in that they give me something pretty great. So let me just read what it says. For the Pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. I love that. The archetypal wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Others will wonder when the pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life. But the pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion, activity, change. Where there is motion, there's freedom, expansion, and growth. Responsibilities, social convention, and logistics lull us to sleep, and soon the pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day-to-day. Oh, this feels like that to me. And this kind of critique. People not having your interests at heart. Yet when the archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door towards a new reality. With the pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage, nor do you need every amenity. Travel light, travel soon. Your spirit needs it. There we go. Growth, adaptation. Okay? Some kind of change. Move towards what you want. That's what that says to me. Beautiful. I'm going to pull another card for you before we finish. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Spirit, what card could we give to Libra today to inspire them on their journey It's been a hard time for them. Hard times are over, like that John Lennon song. There's some change of foot. Spirit, how could we inspire Libra to get on, to go on the journey that they need to go on to get to the place that they need to be, away from all this negativity, desire to know the truth. Inspire them for the best for themselves, the world, and the universe. Because when we're happy, we're creating energy for other people. The people around us know. Desire to know the truth. So when I pull these cards, and I go through this is one possible interpretation. And these could be kids, they could be spouse, but it really seemed to be in the business area. Those are the other cards. Freedom. Libra, you have so much to offer the world. You're creative, you're gentle, you're a lover, not a fighter. Okay? Don't let the negative energy around you and the negative thoughts of others and the negative expectations of others stifle your freedom. Okay? This card is about independence. This is change. Okay? This is braving a new path, finding out who you really are. And I want you to have some, this is also courage, right? Right? Aries isn't afraid of anything. Okay? So take that fire energy and burn bright. Okay, Libra? I can't wait to hear how this works out for you this month. Thanks for joining me today, Libra. I love you, and I hope to see you again.